Hello, 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 and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival Insight and Analysis. Now, today I am going to be looking at not only CVs, SVs, and HVs, and some of them from Reforged 1, and some of them from Vanilla. I am also going to be looking at a base that I saw on the workshop that caught my eye. And I'm going to look at that one first because this is the thing that caught my eye today, more than anything else. Not to play favorites here, but it's just how it goes. Anyways, this is from OZNY, Onzi. And if I am butchering your name, I apologize. I'm American, and I don't know how to pronounce absolutely everything. And we have a long history of butchering names from other countries. Let's carry on. So this is called the Bastion. It is a defense station made for, it looks like, vanilla. Now, normally when I look at defense stations, they are as minimalist and, quite frankly, not more time than is needed is put into them. This one goes above and beyond that, and it caught my attention for this reason. Not only do you have the turrets they're facing up, they're actually facing up, and they're the retractable kind. You also have a lot of texture work and a lot of time spent to make this actually look good. And then down here, oh, this isn't a defense turret. This is actually a base, meant to be a base. Very nice. Okay. I should probably read the workshop description before I embarrass myself anymore. Anyways, carrying on. Small base with armed defenses, no shield at first, for harder planets or starts where you need something secure but efficient. Symmetrical defense for easy repair. Copy the block you need from another side. Okay, I'm gonna stop with the workshop description here to just take in what was just said. Okay, copy the block you need from another side. Okay, that is very, very nice use and a very, very thoughtful way of dealing with base repair in games, since you can't actually repair bases and you normally just respawn them. He made it symmetrical and uses the new control copy function. Okay, that's cool, and he implements that into his design build. Anyways, back to the description. Special engine basement underneath for those who shelter where special engine basement underneath floor shutter for whatever else you need. Clone chamber down there as well. Be sure to dig out the basement before spawning inside the dirt. Level 5 costs mostly iron and stone. Mostly. Okay, so let's break that down a little bit. This base has been made to mostly be made out of crushed stone and iron. Very, very nice. Although, special engine basement appears like there's a translation error or a typo there. I believe it's the latter. I believe that was meant to say special engineered basement. Okay, anyways, typos aside, the cores down here, the only targetable thing, which is other than the turrets up there, is the generator. It's over here, and it's spread apart. You have everything spread apart on the sides with room to upgrade. And the only other targetable thing on this thing is the turrets. Okay? And, well, yeah. Everything that is not really needed is upstairs. You have your spawn point downstairs, so if it does get breached, yeah. It's made out of armored concrete. You know, use of shutter doors on the inside and the outsides and multi-layers. Very nice. That appears to be... Oh! Okay. Interesting. Okay, this person, not only... This person, Onzi, or Ozni, excuse me, butchering your name again, not only spent a lot of time texturing and doing the looks, this person also took the time to go in and use game mechanics to make it easier on the player, and it's well thought out on all levels. I really, really like that. And Osni, great work. Also, something that I just realized while I was saying that, how it's made this way, I believe that's meant to help with structural integrity, just by the way the blocks are there, because you'll be digging out here along that edge. Huh. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just thinking about that. Anyways, very, very nice work. And we're going to move on to the next one, which is the... Let me look at my notes. RT2 by Jixos. Now, this one doesn't have a workshop description, and that's fine. This is made for RE2. You can see that by, excuse me, look at devices here. The simple basic CPU and the extender improved 1. That means it's from, excuse me, not RE2, RE1. Anyways, this is a early game scout. I looked at it earlier. This is a early game scout / warp capable transport. So this is meant to kind of be your jack of all trades starter SV. It's got some storage, it's got a mining drill, it's got some GATs, and it's got a missile launcher to deal with those pesky groups of ground troops, or if you want to take on a lightly shielded or a lightly unshielded a light unshielded POI. So this is a good starter SV. It doesn't really stray too much into combat because it doesn't have turrets or anything like that. It's just enough to get the ball rolling, getting the resources that you need. The reason that what caught my eye on this one was the use of shaping, the use of deco blocks. I know sometimes deco blocks do help. The use of wings and the amount of time and thought that was put into the use of those deco blocks and the texturing. And what I mean by that is the deco block here, it's meant to, because this thing is out on the outside, it's meant to either take a hit or to take any incoming damage before the thruster takes damage, or it's just meant to highlight it as so that it's not obvious when you're looking at it. So it adds to the build on a couple of levels. Also, I like the use of the thrusters here. I'm sure this little overhang here with the deco block, I'm sure that bugged the author, but I applaud them for keeping it here. For keeping it there on the build, because it does look really good from the back end. And as we all know, you're going to be looking at the back end of the SV while you're flying the entire time, so it better look darn good. Hold your jokes. That was not meant to... Carrying on, before I dig myself a bigger hole. This thing, I really, really like it. Great job. Keep up the good work. Next, we have the Augur. The Champion Augur by Fuji. Now, this is a vanilla build, and I'm going to go ahead and read the description. Champion Augur is sure to satisfy your starter HV cravings, worthy of its title by excelling at digging with surprising speed and agility, having decent storage, and giving you a peace of mind with a couple of guns, as well as future shield potential. Grab yours today and be more HV happy. Quick stats. Designed for vanilla, CPU 2, tier 2, excuse me. Armored cockpit, steel hull, 5 mining drills, 2 Gatling guns, 1 tree harvester, 6K material storage, harvest storage, 1K ammo storage, 2K fridges, two fridges, 1 mobile constructor, detector, clone chamber, trauma station, armor locker, easy access material storage, fuel, oxygen, very agile and super easy to dig with. Intended upgrades: CPU tier 3, Pentax tank and shield, and 2 extra blocks for miscellaneous. The 2 extra blocks for miscellaneous are... I'm not sure what that means. I've looked at this twice already, and gone through this twice already because I botched the previous recording. And I don't know what that means, and I've already reviewed this once. So, reviewed this once in that botch recording. So I don't really know what the 2 extra blocks for miscellaneous means. I still haven't figured that out. Maybe we can figure it out. So, what caught my attention here? Well, the use of texturing, for one, the shaping, the layout of the drills, and of course, come on guys, you know me. Can you guess? The glowies. Okay, the glowies. Okay. Anyways. Yes, the glowies caught my attention. I'm not normally an HG fan, but I like this. And there are several reasons why I like this, and why Fuji should keep up the good work. So first off, there is a lot of thought put into this build, and I'll break that down. So first off, what caught my attention when I was looking at this earlier is that little nugget of information right there in the cockpit. That helped. I played the game a lot. Knowing what height to have your hover set to when you're mining is so helpful. I applaud that. Also, he has a upgrade guide here in the cockpit as well, and he uses LCDs to put those guides there in a place where where you're going to see it when you're driving it, so you have a reminder of what you're going for. Now on the back side, you have all of your stuff along here. See, you even have your... Oh no, that's a generator, my bad. So you have your harvest controller, your fuel tank, which is colored blue, your oxygen tank, which is colored white, you have your trauma station, armor locker, and clone chamber, all right there. Very, very nice. So, the drill spread here, it is arranged so that you have a little bit of extra room on the sides when you're drilling tunnels to get to the ore, and a little bit better maneuverability. The entire shape is meant so that you don't get stuck in the tunnels very easily when you're trying to turn around or you're maneuvering to that pesky ore. And the same goes when you're looking up or looking down and drilling up and drilling down towards the ore. The whole shape of this thing is well thought out. On top, you have your fridges accessible. Great use of texturing and the glowy blocks to provide ambient light. Good work. All around, great build, well thought out, something that is ideal for new players to just help them out. I like that. On the underside, you have your truss blocks that are painted to indicate what upgrades go where. You'll have to get up underneath this thing, but that's not too hard. Just shove it on a rock. Anyways, great work, Fuji. Always nice to see your builds. You do a lot of builds. I'm just looking at your workshop right now, and one of your collections, Fuji's Vanilla Master Build or Master Bundle, is 217 items. The next two collections are 24 items and 48 items. Now, the other two collections, they could overlap, so it could be anywhere between 217 and 300 or whatever that number is, because my brain's too tired to do math right now. I'm not T-addled right now, I swear. Anyways, great work, Fuji. I love seeing your builds. Next, we have a Reforged 1 build. This one is... Let me look at my notes. The Hyper Mile by Potassium N. Now, I did a review of one of Potassium N's builds recently. I think it was last week. And with the slowdown of the workshop and not a lot of new or interesting builds coming out, I will repeat some authors, and it's just because they come up on the feed. Not necessarily because I like the author, just because they come up on the feed as most recent, and that person and the builders deserve to have their stuff reviewed because they're not really widely known. They're not part of the big groups. They don't have a huge following. So that's what I'm here for. Anyways, a little bit of a tangent there, but it's alright. So this one caught my attention because of its use of solar panels and its placement of solar panels, sort of like a Star Wars X-Wing design or TIE Fighter design. I know, making comparisons here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the workshop description before I go into the internals and yeah. Anyways, this is the Hypermile, a level 12 basic CPU starter ship that can run without any fuel in many cases. While being very cheap, this is everything you would want out of a starter with all the constructors, medical, and defense. With the 22 solar panels, this ship can fully fly without any fuel, only using fuel during heavy combat maneuvers, and in combination with shield charging. This ship can also be upgraded to have a full-size shield generator by removing the compact one. It has access to the warp drive for further upgrades, and a harvest controller for CV drills. Info LCD included in the ship can be removed on the floor and colored bright yellow so that you know which LCD projector to remove. With at least 2 of the side turrets turned off, there is space to park a SV on the top as well, a retractable pad near low enough for HV. Oh right, that's what that was. Okay. Please note this ship was built in and for Reforged Eden 1. Specs: 4 minigun turrets, 1 320k container controller, 1 320k harvest controller, 9 plot hydroponics. I'll look at that in a second. Full medical, 22 solar panels, advanced constructor, deconstructor, 2 small constructors, large fridge, food processor, compact shield generator, warp drive, 4 sentry guns. Thank you so much for looking. I hope you enjoy. I have many other ships and starters on the way to end up all the way up to endgame dreadnoughts and my workshop. So if you like this, please check them out. Oh, I will be checking them out, and I already have a follow-in for this builder so that I see when he posts something. Yes. Great work, Potassium N. Let's go ahead and take a deeper look. Now, use of pipes down here. Very, very nice. I like the use of these right here. You can actually store things in these. They're not just decoration. So you could technically store all that extra, like, salt or, yeah, you could store that salt that you get from mining in these things and then just carry it around and then not really care if you lose it, but it's there if you need it. So when he was talking about a area for an HV, that's what these blast doors are for. I imagine turret landing pad, signal logic, but I don't see. Maybe it's on the internal. Should probably stop flipping switches and go back into the internals. So you have an entry on the bottom, which is textured as well. That's very nice. You've got a little texture in front of it. Go up on the inside, and you have all your stuff crammed in back here, but you don't have things that look like they're going to chain react. Yeah, this thing will chain react if you lose shields and a drone decides to give you a hard time. So it might chain react a little bit. Yeah, it will chain react. Yeah. Anyways, there's a switch in here for the boarding ramp. Deconstructor there, advanced constructor there. Very compact, very, very nice. Go ahead and let you read that. We already went through that. You have your 9 basic crop plots that you can exchange, where you can pick up the 8 outer ones and put a hydroponics on top of it. That potassium N, that's are those solar panels? One question I have is, can those solar panels protect the crop plots from radiation in space? Do they work for that? I don't know. Okay, I don't know, so it is a question. Up here you have, yeah, thruster right underneath the armor locker. That's a wee bit scary. Well, I mean, back in the early days when I was building the rum runner, the passenger seat was right next to a thruster, so if the person got out prematurely and I hadn't turned off the thrusters, the person would fry. Not kidding. I actually killed a faction mate by that, not realizing that in the build. Anyways, interesting interesting story there. Let's get on with the review. Anyways, O2 station again between the thrusters. That does worry me a little bit. If you make a heavy use of the shower, which I imagine is, yes, right there. Really, you have a door on the front of the shower, but you anyways, carrying on. Also be aware that drills are not, oh, drills go up here. Wait, where do the drills go? Oh, they go up. Anyways, I don't know where the drills go on here, okay? So that switch there is for the HV pad that is made out of blast doors. Very, very neat. Very, very nice concept. And when I like that, great work. Let's see here. Anyways, that's it for this one. I'm not gonna dissect that one anymore because I have a feeling I'll go on tangents. Anyways, next we have the. This is another GE old man build, by the way. CV Spacefly Mark 13. So I saw this one on the workshop and I was just like, yes, that looks pretty cool. So I do like the use of texturing here. I know it's not great, but I know it's got this hatch, but sometimes, you know what, I've been leaning into that sort of hatch style, or that sort of jagged style of having some things that are kind of jagged texture wise. I've been leaning into that lately, so I'm not gonna judge that. I thought that was pretty cool, and it actually fits this build for some reason. I don't understand why it fits this build, but anyways, this one caught my eye because of the way it's laid out. I like it. I like the way it's laid out. It doesn't look like a. It looks more utilitarian, and it just caught my eye. Anyways, this is. Let's go ahead and look at the workshop description. I've looked at this. Anyways, Class 3 Combat CV made of hardened steel for vanilla with all you need and heavy armored in the front. For RE, it needs more thrusters and CPU. So this is made for vanilla. It looks like he has put the onus on the subscriber to upgrade it to RE, which is completely fine. That bunkering of thrusters worries me a little bit there. I mean, if you actually covered it up, anyways, I'm not gonna worry about that. Maybe that's just an error in the build. Nope, nope, it's an intentional style. Oh, I see what this is. Not a great way to go about it, but I see what this is. There's space in here to upgrade these thrusters for RE. For RE. Nice. Okay. And it looks like he's also bunkering them a bit, which I don't personally like, but you know what? I don't need to. I don't personally like it, but it's a design choice that the author made, and I salute them for trying different things. On the back here is a nice little HV ramp and a little weight. I have no idea what this is. There's just a little ramp to it. Huh. Interesting. Okay. No idea. Think I'm missing something, let me know in the comments. Like, there's not like a elevator block there or a ladder there or anything. It's just okay. Okay. Anyways, you've got a little HV bay, fly through HV bay here. Again, there's just no ladder here, which is interesting. And then you have a way in here, and you have a shower in here. And then you have an elevator up. Just a reminder, you don't need to use lag shot in this game anymore, unless you're doing PvP, and I don't think this is a PvP ship. Another shower, another O2 station. Very Spartan. Looks like room for upgrades. Ah, nice. Nice little, mining cockpit, or, combat bridge is what I was looking for. I apologize for the, looks like there's room for weapons here. Weapon upgrades here. Very, very nice little build. Tough, but, durable. Definitely caught my eye. I definitely caught my eye. Looks like there's another space up here I need to look at. Huh, okay. Just a top entry to get to the SV, get to a docked SV or something. Anyways, great job. Great job, all of you. Remember, keep building. Remember that every time you build, you learn something new, and just keep at it. I know I get all these comments where it's just like, oh, I can never build like you. And I'm just like, stop saying that. I'm just like, stop saying that. Stop saying that you're not a good enough builder. Because it's the fact that you're building means that you're improving, okay? Anyways, probably sounding like a sanctimonious little jerk here, but anyways, okay, maybe not sanctimonious, that's not the word I was looking for, but I think you get my point. Remember, keep improving, and just keep trying. The more you do, the more you learn, the better you get, okay? And I applaud that. I applaud that desire to get better and to learn more. Thank you for watching. I hope that you have a wonderful day. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans. Banshee out.